Hello, everyone. Terry Newsome from Behind Enemy Lines. This last Saturday, my podcast co-host Paul Drabik and I hosted 3 Illinois Congressional candidates, Senatorial level state candidate, Bob Fioretti, who's running for Cook County State's Attorney for the open seat that Kim Foxx, the Soros Kim Foxx, is going to leave vacant. We hosted them at the Chicago Intake Center. That's the center or the hub of where these illegals are coming from all over. Planes, trains, and automobiles. They're coming from, every which way. They host them there, and then they put them throughout the whole city of Chicago, Chicagoland, and Illinois area. And they move them to multiple cities as well. They'll fly them out. We got to pay for all that crap. So we took them there to film this for their constituents, for the people they're going to be running for, to represent them. So Brandon Johnson, you'll see these tents in the background. Brandon Johnson gave $29 million contract to a company called GardaWorld Security. So they have multiple tents, military-style tents that were assembled all over the city of Chicago. And he gave it to a Canadian company that does security service to assemble it, not to the laborers, not to the union men, not to the minorities of Chicago. To make it even worse, he gave all the security at these different centers to GardaWorld. And Mayor Johnson says, I'm a black man. I take care of the black people. I take care of minorities. I want equity. Well, this is a lily white Canadian company. It's not even an American company. They have a U.S. entity, but it's a Canadian company. So he took all this money that he's getting from the taxpayers, the federal government, and then pumping in these illegals, taking care of them, treating them better than our people, and then giving foreign companies the money to manage these centers, to assemble these tents, and provide security in our city. Then we got this guy named Justin Graham. He's an NGO. On LinkedIn, it says he's from All Hands Consulting. He calls 911 every time we're there. I'm standing there with these politicians filming this center so they could show people what's going on. And this is the 6th time he called the police on us. We had 4 Chicago cops squad cars show up. And this guy, Justin Graham, you're going to see him in the video, he's responsible for putting the Chicago police officers' lives at risk. This same scumbag who's calling the police to arrest U.S. citizens is the same guy that's putting Trenda Largo and all these other Venezuelan gang members all over the city of Chicago. Oh, and by the way, come arrest us because we want to film it from a public walkway? I mean, this is ridiculous. You're also going to see a Mexican guy in here, immigrant, illegal immigrant. But you'll see, they're treating the Mexicans different than the Venezuelans. I don't know why. I heard about it. I read about it before, but you're going to see it firsthand. So please watch this. Please share it. Make sure everybody knows what's going on in here in Chicago, okay? Thank you. These police officers have to risk their lives because of Trenda Largo and all these other Venezuelan gang members that are coming into Chicago. They're creating first-degree murders, sexual assault, attacking women, drugs, weapons. Inside all these facilities, the Standard Club, there was 706 police reports, or incident reports, in just about 12 months. In Chicago, there was 240 incident reports in 12 months. And these guys have to put their lives at risk because this guy, Justin Graham, who has an American flag on his forearm, tattooed. We got American flag up there, and they're importing Venezuelan criminals, gang members, that's going to put the whole Chicagoland at risk, especially these guys who are going to be forced to have to go and arrest them once they start committing more and more crimes. So,
what
do you say?
Oh, they're going to send it to Pacific Garden Mission.
Pacific Garden Mission. Thank you.
Meanwhile, the Venezuelans are
in the hotels. Adios.
¿Por qué te estás mandando para allá?
Mi gente tengo documentos, pero no soy inmigrante.
He says he's an immigrant, but he's turned away because he's Mexican.
So is Mayor Brandon Johnson racist against Mexicans or what?
Hey, pues sientes bien que te están mandando.
Sí, como quiera, que me están mandando ahí.
Porque ahí ya no te van a ayudar, porque hay mucha gente. Yeah, I was telling him, Pacific Guard mission, that there's a lot of people there that they're sending over. But they're not
Is that red? Is it still filming?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
They're not helping.
Well,
you know?
good luck, buddy. We'll look into that. Val, keep filming. Keep filming over here. There's our buddies over there. There's Justin. Justin, smile. There you go. So these are the tents that Garda Security, it's a Canadian company, was given $29 million to assemble. And Mayor Johnson didn't give any of the minorities, the union workers, gave it to GardaWorld out of Ontario. Then GardaWorld gets the security contracts. Then NGOs like Justin and I make a fortune, populate our city.